Let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. In 7 seasons, he's been to the Super Bowl 4 times. And he only has played in 6 of those seasons because he sat down his rookie season. When you look at his first 6 seasons starting with this team, it's been phenomenal. 4 AFC championships, 14-3 as a playoff record, and 2 Super Bowls as well. It's phenomenal. And I will say this, he did lose a Super Bowl against Tom Brady, but when you take a deeper look at it, the 2 top tackles were hurt in that game, and he was running around the entire game. This may be the most impressive Super Bowl run that he's had in his entire career, because in the past, he's had guys like Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. He's had good weapons. Travis Kelce is still the best tight end in the NFL today, especially as a receiving threat, but the rest of the wide receivers were not up to standard. Give Rashee Rice a lot of credit. He deserves it, but he was just a rookie, and he made some key plays with this team as well, especially against the Miami Dolphins a couple of weeks ago. But besides those top 2, the wide receivers haven't been good this season. They dropped a lot of passes. They led the league in drops, and a lot of those drops went for interceptions as well. You have a guy like Kadarius Toney, who is just childish and very immature. He comes on social media right before the game and says, "Hey, I'm not hurt. They're lying about my injuries. They just don't want me to play." I don't want you to play either. And I'm not even a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I won't want you to play. I know Patrick Mahomes doesn't want you to play because you can't hold on to the football. You're the worst wide receiver on this team. You can't catch to save anyone's life. Your hands don't work. You had the major drop against the Detroit Lions that went for a pick 6 that cost them the game. You had the major penalty against the Buffalo Bills that cost them the game. You had a huge drop against the Patriots that went for an interception on Patrick Mahomes when it should have went on you. That could have cost him the game. You're just a terrible wide receiver. He should be grateful that he's still in the NFL. He is not a good wide receiver. Yes, he made some key plays in the Super Bowl. That was then. It's a year-to-year league. He hasn't been good this season. And you add all that in total, and they're still able to go to the NFL playoffs and make it to the Super Bowl. That's impressive. Patrick Mahomes right now is on a different level than any other quarterback in the NFL. I don't know too many quarterbacks in history that can deal with what he had to deal with this season and still make it to the Super Bowl. So I would give him credit for that. Give Andy Reid credit for it as well, because the offensive line, the tackles were not up to standard either. You look at a guy like Jawan Taylor, the most penalized tackle in the NFL. Holding, false stars, all of it. Comes into the playoffs, still not a great tackle, but he has played better. Patrick Mahomes had to deal with that. Donovan Smith, not the best tackle either. The interior of the offensive line is where they're at their best. No Joe Toney today against the Baltimore Ravens. It didn't matter. They still went out there and they did what they did best. Patrick Mahomes started the game off with 11 straight completions. That's the best start he's had in a game in his entire career. And the one pass that he missed was a drop. So they're still dealing with drops with this team. It's just not as much as it was earlier in the season. Give them credit for that. Travis Kelce looks better than ever right now in the last couple weeks with this team. There's nothing that you can say about Patrick Mahomes at this point right now. He's the best quarterback right now. A lot of people say he's better than Tom Brady. I will not go that far because he has a long ways to go. But for him to be in the game for as short as he's been in it right now, he looks like one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I will say that. And if he continues at this pace, he will be one of the best quarterbacks of all time, especially if he does win this Super Bowl because of the narrative. But give this defense a lot of credit. I've been saying it for the last 2 years. George Karlaftis is a very good pass rusher with this team. Karlaftis is a very great pass rusher with this team. 10.5 sacks is phenomenal. Had some key plays today against Lamar Jackson as well. Chris Jones did not play the first game, was dealing with the franchise tag issue. He wanted to be paid. They resolved that. He comes back in the season. As the season goes on, he continues to get better. 10.5 sacks in the season. You look at the linebackers that they have. Willie Gay, a very good linebacker. Nick Bolton, a very good linebacker as well. This defense did a phenomenal job against the Baltimore Ravens today. A phenomenal job because this is a Kansas City Chiefs team that did not score a single point in the second half. And their second half numbers for this entire season have not been pretty. It's been the worst numbers since Patrick Mahomes has been a starter. And the numbers are worse than what they were even with the last year of Alex Smith being a starter in terms of second half production. They need to fix that because in the Super Bowl, whether you go against the Detroit Lions or the San Francisco 49ers, they're not going to let that slide. You have to be better in the second half. They played complete brand of football today. Isaiah Pacheco, a very good running back with this team. You're starting to see Clyde Edwards-Helaire enter the game as well. They're beating you in all fashions of football. They're digging and dunking their way down the field. It's methodical. And then you'll get the big play here or there from a guy like a Travis Kelce or Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A lot of people will say, hey, just take away Rashee Rice. Just take away Travis Kelce. They'll still run the football with Isaiah Pacheco or put the football in his hands, or you have to worry about Patrick Mahomes running around and using the athletic ability to get guys open. All they have to do is just go out there, get open, and catch. It's that simple. Patrick Mahomes will put the football there. This is the best year of his career in terms of being on target. On target with his throws, it's the best in the NFL. And it's the best metric number in his entire career, even going back to his rookie season. He's putting up better numbers with being on target with the wide receivers than he did when Tyreek Hill was here with this team. It's just very impressive to see. But you put into all the factors, the injuries throughout the season, Brian Cook being out majority of the season when he got hurt against the Green Bay Packers, this team losing against the Green Bay Packers, losing against the Las Vegas Raiders, having those tough games and still finding a way to go out there and win games when it matters the most, winning the fourth coldest game in NFL history against the Miami Dolphins. It's a great thing. It really is. The players on the field have played great with the Kansas City Chiefs, minus the wide receivers. This defense deserves more credit. Give Steve Spagnuolo, who is the defensive coordinator with this team, give him more credit because he has these guys flying all over the place and are playing great football. You look at the cornerbacks of this team. Trent McDuffie, one of the best corners in the NFL. L'Jarius Sneed, also a very good cornerback as well with this team. They're playing very good football, and those are young draft picks with this team. A guy like George Karlaftis that you selected out of Purdue a couple years ago in the first round. A guy like Trent McDuffie. They're hitting on their draft picks right now. I would like to see them still go out there and free agency whenever the season is completely over and get some more wide receiving help. But it seems like it doesn't matter. As long as you have Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, and Patrick Mahomes, you're going to be in a great situation. But give these unsung heroes a lot of credit as well. It is more than just Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. That's what a lot of people want you to think. It's more than just that. It's the team as a whole, especially that defense. With those guys flying around at that linebacking spot. They had a top passing defense this season for a reason, because of the game planning and the athletic ability of every single last one of those defensive backs on this team. It's going to be a very exciting Super Bowl, but let me know in the comment section below. Can Patrick Mahomes go back to the Super Bowl this year? Obviously, he's going back, but can he go out there and win one more Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs? And are we in the midst of a dynasty right now? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.